My name's Lily, and I chose Yoko for our book review for our cultural conflict project. This is by Rosemary Wells, and it tells a great story about Yoko and her friends at school, so stay tuned for more. So, the cultural conflict in the story Yoko is between a Japanese family and American families throughout a school. So, the exposition in this story is when Yoko's mother asks Yoko, "So, what would you like me to pack you for lunch today?" And Yoko replies, "Steamed rice on a bamboo mat." I would explain the inciting incident of this story as when Yoko is so excited to go to school because she has her favorite lunch, and it's all of a sudden lunchtime in school, and Miss Jenkins says, "Everybody, get out your lunch boxes, it's time to eat." So everybody gets out their lunch boxes, and Yoko's friends have things such as Swiss on rye and meatball grinders and peanut butter and honey sandwiches. And Yoko has steamed rice on a bamboo mat. Yoko didn't see any problem with it. The rising action of Yoko makes Yoko very upset. Everybody is eating their lunch, and her friends asked her, "So, Yoko, what do you have for lunch?" And she told them, "I have steamed rice on a bamboo mat." And everybody looked, and they had the reaction of, "Ew, it's green, yuckorama." And they all started teasing her because she had a food from a different culture. Just because they were unfamiliar with it and it was abnormal to them, they thought that it was okay to tease Yoko. Where to Yoko, this was normal. This is what she eats at home, and this is from her culture. And what the other students are eating, that's different to her. That's abnormal to her. The climax. So here's when things get interesting. So Yoko was very upset and crying, and Miss Jenkins goes over to Yoko and asks her, "Why are you crying? What is wrong?" And Yoko goes, "They made fun of what I brought for lunch." Obviously, the other students didn't understand. It was cultural diversity. And Miss Jenkins replied with, "Oh, they'll forget about it by snack time." So during snack time, Yoko eats his red bean and ice cream, but yet those kids still pick on him. They don't understand that it's part of his culture to eat this kind of food. It's abnormal to them, but it's normal to Yoko. So that's the following action where the students are still teasing Yoko even after Miss Jenkins decided to tell Yoko that, "Oh, they'll forget about it at snack time," but they didn't. And Miss Jenkins then tried to play a friendly song, which didn't help either. So Yoko was still very, very, very upset. So the resolution of Yoko is actually very interesting because I did not know how Miss Jenkins was going to react to Yoko's feelings being continuous towards his issue, because during the climax she stated, "Oh, they'll just forget about it at snack time." So I didn't know if she was just going to blow his feelings off towards this or she was actually going to try to find a resolution to it. Interestingly enough, Miss Jenkins actually created an event and sent home flyers to the students where everybody had to bring in a foreign dish for International Food Day. And everyone had to try at least one bite of everything. So this kind of helped assimilate Yoko into American culture and helped assimilate the Americans into Yoko's culture. And I thought that was very interesting and a great idea. And Yoko was so excited about it. With that being said, Yoko and his mother made deluxe sushi for the whole entire class, and all the students in the class made a variety of different foods for everybody else to try as well. Frank made beans and so on and so forth. The denouement of Yoko was actually fairly interesting because there was actually kind of a falling action point again before the denouement, where Yoko brought in his dish, his deluxe sushi dish, and even though Miss Jenkins said that it was a requirement that everybody had to try a bite of the cultural food, nobody wanted to try Yoko's food. So everybody else's food was gone. The beans were gone, the smoothies were gone, everything else was gone, and nobody had tried Yoko's. And all of a sudden, Yoko sees somebody trying to use chopsticks, and he goes over and he helps them, and it's his friend Timothy. And Timothy's just eating away at the sushi, trying to use the chopsticks, and him and Timothy end up becoming best friends and trying to start up a restaurant of different cultural foods, because Timothy decided to try Yoko's sushi. And I just think that's a great ending to the story, especially when you think that nobody is going to try Yoko's food at all. And of course Yoko he now has a friend who understands his culture a little bit, because his friend was more open-minded than the other students. So I feel like that's very important. The story Yoko, I would definitely use in the classroom, especially as a future teacher, to explain cultural pluralism. I felt like it told a very meaningful message that many people come to America and can assimilate to our culture and do not call us abnormal on the daily, but yet Americans can judge and not assimilate to the diverse cultures that are around us all the time. And there are so many different people around us in America daily that live by different cultures. And I felt like it really just gave that message to me, and it would to students as well. And it would be a great topic opener for a classroom that is about to start a unit on diverse cultures, or something of that sort. With that being said, like I said, I would definitely use this book as a future teacher, and it does explain cultural pluralism and express it very well.